Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back, and if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. So the Tipsy Magnolia just released their own 24-ounce acrylic snow globe tumblers, and I bought a couple of them the day that they released them, and I figured I would start off 2024 making an adorable Valentine's Day or love style of snow globe tumbler. I decided for this love tumbler to make the Peekaboo be hearts, just seemed like the right thing to go with. And I went on my Cricut and just grabbed the regular heart shape and made a bunch of different sizes, and I printed it out on my stencil vinyl, and I'm just going to kind of randomly place all the different sizes all over the tumbler, and that is how I'm starting it. I'm going to take my painter's tape and I'm just going to trim off a little bit on the top here, just having it so that the glitter doesn't go all the way up to the top on it. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, just kind of like just the very lower lip of the bottom of it. I'm going to tape that off as well. And if you haven't done so yet, check out my Lily Bean Crafters Community Facebook group. It's a little community that I'm working on, and now that 2024 is here, I'm going to start doing some lives and adding more to the group. So I took it outside and I spray painted it. I did an ombre blend to it. I did Color Shots white spray paint on the top and the bottom. And then for the pink, I used Farmer's Daughter from Color Shot. And I just took my time to get a good blend between both of the colors. Let that dry, brought it inside, and now I'm going to use the glitter glue method to do my ombre, which is not the best thing for me, but I'm really focusing on getting better at this. So I am going in for the center with the color Taro from Rae Creations. It is the most shiny pink I think I have ever seen, and I'm doing that for the center of it. And then for the whites, I'm going in with Grace Fine, which has like the same color tone as far as the way the glitter shines, and I knew that they would blend together well. So I just started off with putting the Taro right in the center, and then kind of blended it out a little bit, but didn't get full coverage. And then now I'm going in with Grace, starting it around the bottom rim, and then blending it into the pink, and then at the top rim and blending that in. And then I'll go in and I'll put a second coat of both of them, just so that I get that fine ombre blend for the top and the bottom. And I let that sit for 3 hours, and now I'm going in with another coat of my glitter glue, just so that I can have it all secured, so that when I start going with the epoxy, it won't bleed everywhere. And now that I've got the glitter all sealed on there, I'm going to go in and remove those stencils. This, with it being the hearts, it's super easy to remove, and because of the acrylic clear, if you can't see it from the outside, you can look inside the tumbler and see exactly where all the stencil vinyl is. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this really quickly, and then we'll get the first coat of epoxy on there. I'm going in with 20 mLs of my Flint Sisters Fast Set Epoxy. I wanted to make this be a little bit thick on here because I only want to do one coat. There's going to be a lot of coats of epoxy going on this because of all the layers that I do. So I only wanted to have one layer for this first step. So I let this spin for 3 hours, and then I was able to move into the next step. So a couple of months ago, I got in this alcohol ink set from Jen's Crafted Gems, and it is as wonderful as I heard it was going to be. And there's this hot pink that's in there called Batty Blood, and I just took a couple drops of it and I put it onto a little blending sponge that I got from the dollar store. And then I'm also putting on a little bit of alcohol blending solution. Now, the blending solution is something that you can buy online or at the stores, but I got a recipe to make my own, and that's what I did. So I'll link in the description exactly what I used to make up this blending solution. And I just mixed the two together because I didn't want it to be super strong, the hot pink around it. I just wanted it to add a little bit of extra dimension. So by blending it out, I was able to get it so that it really added that extra dimension but didn't take over the tumbler. And I'm just going to kind of go around and put it around all the hearts. And then there's some spaces in between where it just looked a little bit odd, so I just blended it out. And I am really happy with how this turned out. So here I am going in with another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I did let the alcohol inks sit and dry for a little bit before I put this on. I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and then I am going to add a glitter mix that I made to the rest of the epoxy. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that over this, kind of all over everything. It is a mini chunky mix that I put together. I mixed together Shattered Opal and Party House from Rae Creations. And I just wanted to put that blend on there just to add a little bit more dimension to it. And I do have a discount code with Rae Creations. So if you would like to save 15% on your order, I will have the code listed in the descriptions. And now I am putting this mini chunky mix over the little heart windows where the snow globe will show through. And the reason that I'm doing this is because when you don't have that snow globe shook up, it is just a clear window. And I like the idea of having it have a little bit of a glitter mix all of the time. So that's why I just kind of put just a little bit over each of them. And I decided to do an outline around each of the little heart windows. So I went in with my black textured vinyl that I got from Amazon, and I will make sure to link that in the description. And I just created an outline to fit perfectly inside each of those hearts. And that's what I'm going with here. Now I'm just putting a quick 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy over this because I'm going to be adding another set of hearts in a holographic, and I needed to have it be smooth so that you don't see ridges in the holographic that's going on next. And I found these cute little heart designs in a set that I got from Creative Fabrica. Once again, I'll go ahead and I'll link that in the description as well. And I just thought it would be so cute to add a different style of heart, one that's a little bit more modern, kind of like overlapping over these other hearts and the windows for the snow globe. And it just was something that I don't even know where it came from. I just was like, I'm going to try this and see how this goes. And I really, really love how this turned out. And I'm just going to go ahead and just randomly put them all over the tumbler. I'm going to be putting an SVG in here, so I did leave a space in the very center of the where I wanted the SVG to go, where I didn't put anything. And so if you're looking at it a little bit right now, there's a bit of a blank space, but it's got a plan for it. So for the snow globe, I am only using one glitter that I got from Peachy Olive Glitters. I'm going in with Chunky Parabatai, which is the perfect blend of whites and opals. I didn't need to add anything else to it. So I started off by putting a little bit of my solution that I got from Camipaige Boutique, and I will link that in the description for you. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that in first so that I don't have all the glitters just like soak down to the bottom and get stuck. So I put a little bit of solution in first, and then I'm just going to take turns putting in solution and then putting in the glitters. I put a lot of this glitter in. There's probably a quarter of the bottle went into this one tumbler, and I'm just going to take my time and fill this all the way up. And once I had it totally filled, I put it off to the side and I left it overnight so that any more bubbles can come and I could fill them as well. And this tumbler is wonderful because there was not a lot of bubbles, and any bubbles there were, it was very easy to fill it. I did not have to fight with it. So it came with a plug, but I've noticed with these, the plugs are really thick, and it makes it so that when I do all of the UV resin, there's kind of like a bump on the bottom of it, and I just didn't like that. So I decided to use some of my Gorilla Glue tape that I have, and I'm just going to put a piece of that over it, and then I'm going to put a little bit of UV resin over that, and I'm going to go ahead and dry this for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to start making up the glitter UV resin mixture. Oh, now I'm just going to take my UV resin and a bunch of the Chunky Parabatai and mix it all together, and I'm going to put that down on the bottom. I just love the way that this looks with these acrylic snow globe tumblers, so I'm sticking with that, and then I'm going to put a decal on once I have this all dry. Once I have this put on and I have it all on the tumbler, I'm going to put it under my UV lamp for 2 minutes and completely let it dry. And I cut out one of the black outlines with the black textured vinyl, and then I just cut out the same exact size heart with the red and just kind of overlapped it just to make it look like what it looks like on the top of the tumbler. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the UV resin, cover the entire thing, make sure that it's all level, pop my bubbles, and then put it under my UV lamp for another 2 minutes. And I was searching for an SVG that was about love, not necessarily about Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day tumblers don't necessarily really sell for me. So I found this really cute SVG on Etsy, and I'm kind of showing how I reverse weeded it. It's a really, really thin line for most of the SVG, so it's something that took a lot of time, but I just kind of wanted to show you how I'm always doing my reverse weeding. This is the kind of SVG that you need a lot of patience for. I did take my time putting this on. It took so long to weed that I wanted to make sure that I had it on straight. And once I had it on straight, I just made sure I was really careful taking off this transfer tape. And now I'm going in with another 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I'm gonna let this spin for 4 hours, sand it down really good, and then go in with another 10 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure medium viscosity resin, and let that spin for 8 to 10 hours, and it was all done. Now, I did decide to do a rhinestone lid for this, which I did not film. If it's something that you would like to see in the future, please let me know in the comment section. And this is how the final tumbler looks. It is just gorgeous. This was just a vision that came to my head. I thought that I would kick off 2024 with a bang, and man, did this tumbler deliver. I love everything about it. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see everybody again next week. Bye-bye.